Predator.
Concrete jungle.
Were. Wait, should it be were?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Firebutton. This is Spike.
Ad.
And Steve.
And this week we're going to be playing Predator Concrete Jungle. This one is my baby. I absolutely love this one. I'm just going to run you through a few quick things because I have completed this one. We've got all the different costumes.
Yeah, we spent, what, 5 hours?
Yeah, Steve was very patient with me. This is the original from this game. Then you've got the Jungle Hunter one from the original Arnie film, Predator 1. A little bit of trivia. If you change a different suit, the sound effects will change as well, so all your weapons will sound like the ones from the films, which is quite cool. Ritual armor is one you might have known from the Predators film, although this game came out far before that, from the Ritual clan. You've got the Alien Hunters from AVP, when in Antarctica. The City Hunter, which is Predator 2. Danny Glover's nemesis.
Looks fairly similar to the Ritual armor, doesn't it?
Yeah, different colour scheme, yeah, I will go with that one. And the Bad Blood, which is, spoiler alert, you will fight these later on because you've had guys that captured. And my personal favourite, the Dark Blade clan outfit from the Dark Blade clan of the comics. So these
Pred
guys,
Vader.
Pred Vader. Now, you do collect weapons as you go through the game. They are quite easy to find if you know where you're looking. And there are 3 levels to each weapon. You have your basic, which is just your general steel stuff. Your ritual, which are all the bones that you see floating around, and the feathers, which are just an upgrade. You get a description for everything you have as well. And then you've got the Dark Blade weaponry, which is the uber. You know, you really can do with these weapons, you need them.
So what, the Dark Blades are the El Badass of...
They are the SAS. And also, every boss that you get, we will get to keep their skulls. You get a little description with them and a little variance in every skull, which is quite cool if you've had to do them again and again and again to complete them. And then during the missions, I'll show you one in a minute. These are little added extras that boost up your armor, energy level, and health.
It's a little close to a tutorial.
A little bit close to a tutorial. I am very good at these things. We'll skip the Midnight Summer Massacre just because that's the storyline, and you don't particularly need the storyline for this. We'll go with the copycat. Now, basically what's happened is you went to Earth in the late 1940s, 1950s to New Way City, so it's gangster time. And you get your ass kicked, basically. You leave all your shit...
Gangster time?
Gangster time. Okay, work with me here. You get your ass kicked, you leave all your gear behind, and you get banished by your predator mates to a foreign planet. This horrible planet, you only get left a stick and some really nasty insects. Now you get sent back, which is right here, you get sent back to undo your mistakes because humans in your absence have worked out all this fantastic technology to start capturing your predator mates with, which is what you're seeing here. And you come across a fella, I think I get bored of this at one point, I just skip it. But this is Brunio Borgia.
Brunio?
No, this is Hunter Borgia. Brunio was his father. And his daughter Lucrezia. They run Neonopolis, the city of light. It's also just completely run by gangs and crime.
So this is no relation to the Concrete Jungle novel?
No, it has got a basic storyline to it, but no, they changed it for game purposes. That you have to start with the small gangs at the basic bottom rung of the city and work your way up fighting bigger and badder bosses until you finally reach the top and you end up fighting some really weird predator cool hybrid things.
So it's safe to say that although it may visually not be the most stunning and astounding game, as we'll see in a little bit, it's probably the biggest Predator love letter that's ever been on a console.
Yeah, I mean, this all is canon. It's all canon. All the Predator clans you've heard are all canon. These guys are from Predator 2. They're just a futuristic version of the El Serviteurs. I get bored at this point because I don't like the way he talks. I know. We have to go fight the thing for Santa Halloween. Shut up. Yeah, the guy in the background there is actually homage to the Voodoo King in the second film.
Yeah, maybe it's modern games have coloured my perception a little. This looks a little like a slightly high-end PS1 game.
It is a...
I'm not detracted. I love PS1 games and everything. It's surprising when it's a licensed material because normally they look good but they don't play good, whereas this is more plays good, looks shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it's like I say, they had actually had a writer for this game, which is why there is storyline to it. There are different clans. There's background to it, compared to I don't know, Alien vs Predator, which had none of the none of the original writers at all. And look at that. That was.
To be honest with you though, man, Colonial Marines was, and I say this in quotation marks, I'm not sure anymore, canon.
Well, yeah, there is that. Right, this is gameplay. This is me going to be playing. And so it begins, yeah. This is me just having a look around in my Uber armor. You can actually go back to levels once you've completed the game with your stuff, although you can't carry the same weapons.
Instead of black armor.
Well, the black...
He's in the black armor.
Not the clan, I meant the...
Ritual.
He's Pred Vader.
He's Pred Vader. It's either, I think you either mean the Ritual one or the one from the second film. I've only got a combi stick here, which is the high-end combi stick, but, you know, it's something... There's also something else you can actually... Metacomp, spear gun, plasma caster, which is your shoulder cannon, of course. You can do all this fantastic bouncing off walls and all the rest of it. and you can find gangs on the streets and you watch them and you scan them. The noise.
This is pre-Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yes, it is.
And you've still got all this assassinating moving around through the
Yeah,
environment.
you can kill them unarmed or with your wrist blade.
Oh, sorry, just heat vision.
Heat vision. This is neurovision. You can see whose allegiance is to whom, should I say, gang allegiances. That's tech vision. That allows you to see their weapons or what kind of tech they're carrying. These guys you're looking at right now are ghost suited, so they're invisible to the naked eye.
You know, if we've cocked up the sing, this is going to look really dramatically stupid.
Yeah, probably. You can also tell that they're not there simply because of the lack of heat. These guys aren't severed. These are dead men, I think. Is it
This
dead
isn't
men?
actually a cutscene either. It looks a bit like it could be one, but no, it's not.
Now this is just me filming, if you like. Like I say, shows you heat. There's a spear gun shot. Bam, they're dead. Pins into a wall. Look at the head. Watch his head. Oh no, is
These
it
guys
him?
are not
This
noticing
next
at all.
one.
Yeah, I zoom in, don't I? Headshot. Pop. There's his head.
You're a cruel man.
Well, you should see it when I pin them by the knees. It's hilarious. And this is in third person. The third person, should I say? This allows you
This is
to
third person.
This allows you to see the
What?
This allows you to see the environment in a third-person kind of view. The tech vision allows you to see recharge points for your shield, for your invisibility and your
Hold
weapons.
fire, you need to recharge your equipment.
You do. There is no unlimited energy supply. There is no unlimited health. No unlimited spear guns. You are in a hunting ground, and you have to do so much of everything.
And obviously, because you're technically replaying a previous mission, you're just spec'd up to the nines. You are like
Yeah, I am.
the
I am.
ultimate predator that can be.
Yeah, I am as spec'd up as it can be. Yeah. There is a shitload of combos you can do with this, depending on what weapons you like. That's a counter. That's a kill. With
That's a Sub-Zero rip-off.
Yeah, well, most of them are. I mean, I prefer the one where you just pick them up and then cut them in half, like they're a side of beef.
My personal favourite's the breakneck and just throw
I
them away
think-
like you're bored.
I do that one for you a little bit later. You have to get behind them and hit them unawares, but because they're all moving around and shooting each other, this bit's kind of annoying.
So is stealth an absolute necessity?
No, you can bludgeon your way through this game if you like. You can really go hardcore for it. There is maybe
What are
one,
your chances of survival?
unless you've souped up and you've done all the extra missions, very small. Now, I run around a little bit here. I'm going to show you one of those extra things I was telling you about. In every mission, there is a side mission. This one, you find a local mass murderer and, quite simply, you kill him because he's doing dishonourable kills. It would be this chap coming down on my right here. This is how obvious the side missions are. He has a big glowing thing above his head. You'll find one of these
Oh,
in
is that
every
your clan symbol?
It's one of the clan symbols. It's actually...
It just randomly twats a dude with a baseball bat
I
because,
scan
you know...
him. Yeah, I scan him
must be
here.
from
He's got
Mansfield.
Mansfield. He's got psychotic brainwave patterns.
Yep, definitely. Oh, you fucking bastard. You
Yeah.
killed an innocent.
Killed an innocent, dishonourable kill.
Oh, wait, it's a predator, so it doesn't really give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care. I have mandibles. Fuck you all. So I actually bounce up here. I'm gonna think I either show you the recharge. Do I show you the recharge?
Well, if he rams his fist into a plug socket, then you'll know.
Basically, that's exactly what it does.
Yeah, what you should not do at home.
I forgot this. When I've got the wrist blade upgrade, and the wrist blade is usually here in the first level, the first upgrade of weapons. And I'm like, I must have already got it. Oh wait, of course I've already got it. I'm an idiot. And then we move on. But there is a massive amount of wall crawling you can do. I mean, you've seen me gecko crawl already. That's quite fun. Just because it allows you to get your drop on enemies, fall behind them, stealth take them out, or just run around with a plasma caster and blow the life out of them.
So where in the PS2's lifespan are we talking? We're talking... I'm assuming we're
About
talking
midway.
post-GTA.
There's your plasma caster.
GTA 3, rather.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is...
Do not try this at home.
Yeah.
If your iPhone is low on power, you not ram it into a fucking plug socket that forcefully. You'll... Never mind.
Yeah, nice.
Unless the light is constantly on.
Yes, we had a bit of
Shout
problem
out
with
to
that.
Beth.
Shout out to Beth with her undying iPhone. So yeah, you can see this is me running around. I'm invisible, and they can't see me, but I'm using tech vision in third person. Now I'm going to actually get on with the mission now, and this is me. I've got to get three of these basic guys, and I'm attacking them unarmed. So I'm using my not wrist blade hand, if you like. Oop, no, go back, wrong way. Smart
Spike.
horse. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason my name's all over this level in graffiti. It's great. I'm not quite sure why, but I fucking love it. Now, obviously, if you have someone in your hand and you're running around invisible, they're going to see a guy floating by the neck backwards.
And now we get some, nice, horrible viscera from the PS2 era.
You chose a good person. Guy with a hoodie.
The screaming, by the way, was hilarious. Yeah, it's somewhere between Ezio and Alec Mercer, but either or, he still ends up hanging upside down by his ankles. Now, I do skip this, but if you actually leave the cinematic to play, all that basically happens is you roar really loud and scare everything nearby.
So it's gone from my lessons of stealth.
Yeah, where he just runs in screaming stealth.
Fair enough.
Now, vocal mimicry. You can target them and use all the Predator quotes from the films to scare them and make them come
throwing
towards
your
me.
voice out.
I'm basically throwing my voice, yeah.
You're not like a giant speaker announcing it, and they won't just come to where your current position is. They'll be more afraid.
They'll look more afraid and they'll confused and they'll try and search you out. But it only targets that one enemy. Now, I only found that out just recently. I always thought you had to be careful with that, but not so. It's quite cool. They will only target that one enemy. But you can also use that to unlock Vox doors. If there's a door that has an audio lock to it, you can actually mimic the password and then use the password to open the door with vocal mimicry, which is dead cool.
Floating man.
Floating man. Now, you notice there I was very careful with when the skull appears above his head, that's the kill. I will just snap his neck, and I really did need him alive. So I'm just quite gently moving over to the next point now. You don't take an awful lot of fall damage in this.
Vision, sorry.
Yeah, heat vision. Steve does like the heat vision.
No, it's just,
Classic vision.
you think of Predator and that's...
And another body.
He's killed Alex Mercer.
Dreadlocks. We'd also like to have a shout out to Jay, our resident Firebutton gamer, because it's his birthday today. So very happy birthday, Jay.
I'll say thanks in a puzzled way for him, I suppose. I don't know.
Thanks, Jay.
Roar!
Roar. Crotch shot. Moving on. Right.
It's always from billboards, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a gameplay design thing.
It's a gameplay design thing. Personally, I'd like to do it from lampposts and things. But
Not like Assassin's Creed 3, you can hang it from anything.
Yeah, you can pretty much. But there you go. I mean, this was early. It was a.
No, I'm not knocking the game at all.
Oh no, I know. It's it's an old PlayStation 2 game. You can find Concrete Jungle, but it is quite rare as hen's teeth. I have my copy thanks to Jay, because he bought it for me because it's sweet.
So did it
I just wanted
perform well?
It did. I remember it from my youth. And I did quite enjoy.
I mean, I'm assuming it didn't break the waves that come with it.
No, it was basically just for the fans of Predator, but
Most people when they hear Predator, they immediately have to think attack xenomorphs too.
there are xenomorphs in this game. Yeah, they
Yeah.
do make a cameo appearance, and for some strange reason, during a Scarface reference, as in Tony Montana's Scarface. But there you go.
Well, that's what the humans call it, isn't it? If it's not the
Crunch, snap, twang.
well, they're not calling you the devil,
the
invisible devil.
The devil, the phantom, new way devil. They're actually calling me Scarface because I actually been missing an eye and I've got a horrible scar up the side of my face because I'm stupid enough to
Well,
take
enough about you, the Predator.
A bit about the Predator, yeah. So I did actually just a little while back while I was on the train tracks, I went out of cloak and in cloak snap.
Yay!
There's Steve. Just to show you that even in Pred Vision you become basically heatless. And I pick up some mines there. 3 kinds of mine. Firebomb, pulse mine, and sonic mine. Pulse mines render vehicles and electricity and robots helpless.
Oh, the robots. Those kills on the robots.
Those kills on the robot. Dem kills.
The Ed 209 loaders.
Pretty much. There is a shitload of references in this to all of them. There's Wayland, there's Yutani, there's all the rest of them. And
yeah, but it's not just a reference fest, right? You can actually have an enjoyable game.
Oh no, certainly. I mean, you don't even really need to follow the storyline. So long as you actually just generally keep a track of what the actual mission is, you can get away with most of the storyline.
I didn't know there was references in this until now.
Oh, massively.
Seriously. The game's called fucking Predator.
Alright, go.
The aliens do make a cameo appearance, but they are as hard as nails. I mean, Steve, watch me. You can't actually beat them. You just have to survive them, just because there are that many.
Oh yeah, you can. I believe to quote a film, it's not hard knocking them down. It's getting them to stay down.
Yeah, something like that. Right, now that was my last human. Now, because I've actually caused so much bloodshed, they call in the riot police. And bang, 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 bang. If you take down the commanding officer, which are usually the ones in the berets, it usually kind of breaks down their command, so they don't...
Like a dreadnought.
Yeah, shout out to 40k. Also, I'd just like to point out, because people have been saying that this is synthetics from the Alien films, this is actually set in a time just before synthetics.
Well, yeah,
they have
the white blood and stuff.
They have started cloning at this point in the game, in canon. And as you see here, you can scan it all through, find your weaknesses, find your health points, all the rest of it. An EMP mine would be really handy here, but there aren't any.
If you go for the whole canon angle, where does the Predators film fit? Is that after this?
Oh, massively.
I've not seen the Predators film other than they get taken to the Predators' home.
Yeah, but that's set well back in what I presume that would be in the late 90s, 2000 era.
Oh, okay.
Now the robot doesn't know exactly where you are. but if he gets the general gist, he will just strike out and lay down with his cannon.
There it is.
There it is. I decloaked just for the sake of it looking a bit more cinematic, but I just love the fact you beat it to death with its own skull.
Yeah,
You ripped his head off and beated him to death with it.
I beated him.
You beated him.
Now, I just go a little bit mental here and start lobbing fire mines just because I want to get rid of the fire mines.
Because you're on camera, isn't it? Sure enough.
Well, I like seeing them run around on fire, it's funny.
And from cloaked.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, also with the Predator blood, I just want to point this out as well. The Predator blood, they will follow it. It does actually physically show you how damaged you are.
Yeah. I mean, when you're like in the lower 30s, I mean, your health's at the bottom left of the screen. When you're in the lower 30s, you're fucking glowing.
Yeah,
green,
you're basically just a nightlight.
I'd like to point out they do go to the toilet.
What?
Look.
Yeah, the big pipe, yes. And trust Adam.
They have a crotch.
Yes.
Thank God.
There's still some humanity left in them.
Science, people. It's good. You know, to be fair, I'm all for cybernetic upgrades if that ever happens, transhumanism. Not like that, though.
No.
I not want to become a dreadnought, or whatever they're called.
So the general thing is this: if you want to go by canon, these guys have infiltrated they basically stormed my hunting ground, so shit just got real, and Predator is now literally pinning them to the rafters, basically. I do like shooting them with a spear gun, because it's just good, clean fun. There's nothing quite like, knocking them down and stabbing them while they're on the floor. And some of the kill moves in this are ridiculous. I mean, you've only just
Some are a bit shit, though.
Some of them are a bit shit.
Just
I mean, look.
call back to just twatting him with a combi stick until he's crumpled.
Well, yeah, the combi stick basically is a blunt edge weapon. And personally, I prefer my glaive or my maul. I point this out here now, don't I? Look, Spike! There you go.
It's not spelled right.
I know, I spell mine with a Y, but there you go. It's a guy as close to a game, me being in a video game as I'm going to get, so, other than playing the Predator.
Oh, you never know.
One day.
Question.
Yes.
During the movie, they had a sound effect where a predator made. Does it still do that in this?
You're going to have to be a bit more specific.
Yeah, I'm going to say there are a load of sound effects, mate.
I can do the sound effect, but I don't know if it
What, you mean the clicky hissy noise?
I
Yeah.
don't know if the microphone's going to pick that up.
Yeah,
Might
Closer.
do.
No, the clicky hissy noise. Yeah.
Okay, rapey as shit.
Yeah. But he does do that, yes. I mean, if you just sit him on a banister or something, eventually he will just sit there checking his little ARM computer and he will start making clicky hissy noises. Like I say, you can also imitate anything you want with him, so...
Stop making
Stop it.
that noise!
You've got me going now. Predator's on.
Now, the thing is about this, you cannot... Yeah. Kick! Throw you at somebody else.
Police have called for backup. There's no, like, wanted star system.
There is a wanted star system. It's up on the left-hand side of your mini-map. You'll see I've got one grey box there. It's basically Plasma Caster. Earlier on in the game, you don't really need to worry about it, but later on when stealth might become an issue and backup might become a problem when it gets a little bit heavier and heftier.
Electricity.
I'm going to go charge up now.
Again, do not ram your fist into a fucking plug socket expecting a power.
This is a health and safety warning from Firebutton, Doc.
They need to learn at least one thing from this.
I am going to go through to the next boss level as well. There are, like I say, the boss levels, and you basically infiltrate the gang's lair and then just whittle them down until you found the alpha male.
Well, it accelerates from gang warfare to all that going against the people who run the city, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. You even go up against the future mob, which is quite cool. You go against future drug dealers, which are all goths that talk like,
Part of
zombies.
lobotomy.
Yeah, kill me, which is fun. You like I say, go up against the future mafia, and they're all pseudo-Italians, which is quite funny.
Slightly racist.
Yeah, but no, that's, well...
I know, it's stereotyping. I suppose they're going to stand it from a cinematic perspective.
It's all the jumping.
I'm gonna say,
How many of these fucking battle suits are you going to have to take down?
that's it now. There is only a finite number unless they keep calling for backup, which is why I keep nailing the people with the berets so they can't call for backup. And this guy...
Well, enough about your sex life.
This is pretty much it now. I just kind of like bitch slapping, like, shut up. And then I'm going to go into the lair, I think. But no, it's all around is quite good. There's lots of ways you can get around town. The maps are quite decently big. Some of them get bigger, some of them are ridiculously small. You get captured at one point. There's all sorts you can do.
Do you know, if you give this a decent enough facelift and tighten it around the edges, and it was released nowadays, I could see it probably being Predator's Arkham.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
maybe I'm being shouting. I mean, shouting its praises a little too highly, but of all the uses of the Predator license, it seems to be like, you know, the best one I've seen.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I say,
And I'm not a big Predator fanboy.
No, I'm gonna say you're not exactly a big Predator fan, but this I am, and this is just obviously this is just a cutscene explaining something else. You've killed everyone, now you need to kill someone else. It's quite straightforward, really.
Keep killing until you have to kill some more people.
Yeah, keep killing until there's less people, really. But no, this is the best use of the actual licensing. Like I say, it has one of the original writers in it, and you really can't beat that. The fact that some effort has gone into it, there just wasn't obviously a lot of funding. Still then saying, it's a very enjoyable game. I speed ran through it in 5 hours and 22 minutes. But I know this game literally like the back of my hand. Steve was, you know, amazing.
I was there as looking at his radar going, go that way, you're low on health, you need power, oh shit. And then occasionally saying, I'm Batman with a very Predator-esque voice.
Yeah, I must say, it's great with Steve being my, you get basically the guild master from Fable, aren't you? Hello, your health is low.
Yeah.
Which one do I do here? I think I just break his neck, do I?
Discretion probably is the better part of Valor, but fuck it, I'm a Predator.
No.
Oh, just bitch slap his head off.
Just bitch slap his head off. You are a 7-foot tall reptile from the stars.
And also apparently a pimp.
And a pimp, yes. There are hookers later. You know, like any kind of sandbox game these days, you do need hookers.
You're still limited just to combi stick and wrist blade.
Yes, but at this point, I've got the souped up combi blade. Yeah, combi blade and wrist blade. So these guys stand absolutely no chance. You can only have the weapons you had back then, but you can keep the souped up version. So these guys are next to nothing.
Yeah.
You're going to kill the Mr. Voodoo Man.
Yes, I'm going to kill the voodoo boss in a second.
Well, there is that whole like, you know, voodoo approach to it, isn't there? I mean, it's saying stuff about like lower.
Yeah. Gosh, I actually later on I looked back at that. I punched him so hard through the wall he fell through the ceiling. The floor plan of the game. It actually turns out the longest throw I actually ever made now is 323 meters.
Wow.
And
So you fucked the clipping up.
I fucked the clipping up. There we go. That's what I was actually trying to do, or slam his head into a wall, which I do in a second. You're watching it in green vision or heat vision can get tiresome after a while. But if you want to look for things like items for specific items or power cables, it's
the
invulnerable.
proper Predator vision. You know.
I don't use it. I don't use it an awful lot.
You should skulk in the distance through some trees and, like, you know, stare at Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Trees, concrete jungle.
I know.
Right, I think
Completely ruined my metaphor.
I think I try and pick this one up and slam his head against the wall. There we go. Smushy.
Yeah.
Delicious. There's a lot of decapitation, isn't there?
There is a lot of decapitation. There is also an awful lot of kill moves. You can combo them. I personally like grabbing them with sticking them in the stomach with the glaive, throwing them in the air, and then bisecting them with the throwing disc while they're in the air, and then pumping the air madly like a complete maniac. Ooh-ah, man noise.
That sword is awesome.
This guy's really easy to kill.
Well, you have got upgraded everything.
I have got upgraded
and you
everything.
are on the easiest difficulty setting.
I've also got the most damaging plasma caster, which I make great use of here. I just throw all the mines straight at his face because he's slow moving, but if you get within range of him, he will cut you to bits.
Isn't that the general rule with most of the bosses, though?
Yeah. I should show here, I shoot the spear gun at him. Like most bosses, he can deflect the spear gun because it is a ridiculously damaging weapon.
I know, there was a boss fight, I mean, we're not going to see it in this, but the Monster Squad, that was actually quite interesting. Most of them are just a big resource sink who will twat you.
Yeah, they just suck everything up, and I just make a point here of bosh. And there's most
Wow,
of
his health has just gone down.
Yeah.
Hero, his health is low, piss on his grave.
Now, they can see you while cloaked, all bosses can, so you can't really use that to your advantage, so it generally is just a straight up fight. This is the first boss you come across in the game. Later on you get 3 bosses and then 4 bosses and then it tends to be...
Are you ridiculing him and not blasting him?
Yes, I am literally just teasing him. And he throws a green grape that explodes and causes somewhat damage. I'm going to get really bored and there we go.
Perform a skull rip.
This is basically how every boss ends, so you kill them like this!
Yes!
Yeah, you need a champagne cork pop sound, really.
Yep. Big manly roar, and then that skull goes to the skull rack in your ship, and that was the first level and the first boss. And as you can see here, you just hang all the gang upside down, and then you move on to the next gang, which is in a different map, and different areas, different things to collect, different side missions, all the rest of it. And that's just generally how we play it.
Yeah.
Now, thank you very much for joining us. This has been Spike, Steve, and Adam, and we were doing the concrete jungle for Predator. This is my baby, and I do really like it, and I hope you guys actually maybe might have enjoyed it too. Let us know what you think.
Well, I guess there's a little, like about a minute left of video.
And just going through all my stats. I mean, obviously this was quite a... There you are.
Is this Willy waving time?
323 metres and... you gotta love it.
Wow.
Right.
Only one wall kill.
Only one wall kill. Right, boys and girls, this has been Spike, Steve and Adam for Firebutton, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Sega. You guess Sega? Sega. Sega?
Wait for it.
Were.
Oh,